Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Omelette Bill with more Enter the Gungeon, and I believe I might have done it. This channel has about a dozen more subscribers right now, and finally, we've got more subscribers than we have actual videos uploaded, and it's all thanks to the Northern Lion clip channel creator known as Librarian of LeTourneau. This past weekend, he gave me a shout out on Blue Sky. It wasn't as a result of these videos. It was because of back in April I made a video featuring Northern Lion, Ludwig, and Tyler 1, and Eurythmics, and he finally discovered that video because I didn't get that many views on it. But he liked it and put it on Blue Sky, and a lot of you are probably seeing this video in your feeds right now because of that alone. And welcome. This is primarily the kind of content I upload, but occasionally, you know, I do videos like that. Just Enter the Gungeon gameplay for now. But yeah, I was really happy to see that. Really happy to get the recognition, and I'll have him know that, you know, it's really important coming from him, because he's basically the only reason that I even watched like Northern Lion videos. I was never really into his streaming, and like I just watched the edited VODs that he puts up, and it's really cool to get recognition from someone like that. I just, you know, if he's seeing this, thank you very much, Librarian of LeTourneau. I kind of feel like I've made it as a YouTuber now, getting that kind of recognition. So you guys, you were here first. You were the day ones. This was how it all began. It's really not much. It's just me playing Enter the Gungeon. It's a game I've played like hundreds of times, and I enjoy playing it. I enjoy doing commentaries, so I keep playing it and doing commentary. That's basically it. But if you're here now because of the shout out, thanks again to Librarian, and thank you, subscribers. You're the real MVPs. We're going in. We're doing the oubliette. We're doing the rat, same as always. And we're playing the pilot, because it's all I do, man. It's all I do. It's the only life I know. So I will have you know that Librarian said that I was a genius on Blue Sky. I think he's just being nice. I mean, that video was really fun to make, honestly. The truth is, it wasn't. I mean, when I first started making it, it was like the only idea I had was like the Hemomancer bit, and then the rest just sort of happened around it. I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if Tyler 1 was one of the cards? Wouldn't that be funny? And I told Librarian that I was drunk when I made that video. It wasn't entirely untrue. I mean, look, this was back in April. They just started having Yinglings, beer Yinglings in my area, and so it's like, maybe I had a couple. I was drunk. Drunk right now. Not really. But, yeah, it's like, I really was just having fun with, oh shit, there goes the water barrel. Now I gotta find a water barrel somewhere in this level. I really was just having fun with it, and, you know, it's encouraged me to maybe consider doing some more content like that, because I really did just have some fun. It was honestly just the reason I made that video was because it was an excuse for me to learn Adobe Premiere. Because I'm an avid media composer editor. That's the only software I know. And I think probably people, if you've used Avid Media Composer, you probably did a little probably crinkled your nose at that, because like the truth is, I don't think anyone who uses Avid Media Composer actually likes it. It's an industry standard. I think that's the terminology you'll hear over and over again when you're like learning to use it. It's industry standard, because that's the only reason. That's the only reason anyone uses it. It's because, you know, shareholders and management and, like, you know, things that are averse to change. Because there's so many pieces of software that can do a better job, and the truth is, the reason it's still like the mainstay is because people don't like change. Just don't like change. And I've heard from people who work in the actual industry, aka not me, that really, just Avid editors, there's nothing wrong with them or anything, people who edit with Avid, but generally speaking, it's just you get a different type of person who understands Premiere or Final Cut, and it's just better pieces of software. So, like I was saying, that was just, when I made these videos, I was kind of just learning Premiere. Like, I'm cutting in Premiere now. That's what I do with these videos. This is going to be done. But I'm so slow. I'm so slow with it. I just don't have the muscle memory or the hotkeys or anything like that. And so it's a slow-going process. And the problem is with anything, with any kind of software, where like 80% of it is the same as what you know, but like the remaining 20% is just like Greek. It's really hard to just sit down with a tutorial and learn everything from scratch. It's like, I know all this stuff. I know all this stuff. And then you hit something and you're like, oh, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know how to do that. I don't have that in Avid. And that's why you do it, right? That's the reason you're doing this, is to learn the stuff that you don't know. And yet you have to slog through a lot of stuff that you do. Anyway, that was the main reason I was making that video, was just learning Adobe Premiere. I'm still learning Adobe Premiere. Not like I've done the work. I'm gonna use a lockpick on one of these babies. I got to. I haven't gotten any keys. It's one of those runs. One of those runs where I'm really glad I picked the pilot. Oh no! So I'm gonna have to actually do the first boss with my starting weapon here. This is gonna be a disaster, guys. I've been talking the whole time and I haven't actually been commenting on like what's going on in the game. We're doing oubliette, so I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna buy a key and open this. I think I've checked all the usual suspects for secret rooms. You know, I'm probably gonna edit this part out. I'm probably gonna check every single wall for secret rooms. So you won't see this part. Alright, Jesus. I just pressed my fragile little pilot body up against every single wall in this floor of the Gungeon. We are not seeing a secret room, so I think I'm going to have to actually fight the boss with just my starting weapon here, so wish me luck. And it's trigger twins. That's not good, boys. That's not good. Here we go. I'll do my best. Probably not going to be a master round, but we'll survive. Some smiles here. Haven't really done any damage. And my weapon is so short range, it makes this very difficult. Oh, there's one hit already. There's two hits, damn it. Oh my god, I'm doing fucking terrible. This is what happens. Do the pilot starting weapon and you don't get anything. Oh no! Yeah, it's here. Oh my god. Lock it, lock it. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Well, boys, it happened to happen eventually. I had to go down on the first floor of the Gungeon. Yeah, that's not going to be good for the viewership. I know it, but it had to happen eventually. I know I picked the pilot religiously, and this is where it can not pay off. But the truth is, hey, man, like, I have no excuse, honestly. If I had played like something like Hunter, this probably wouldn't have happened because I would have actually halfway decent guns going into Trigger Twins. But yeah, happens to the best of us, boys. Had to break the streak somehow. I've actually been having pretty good luck in this game recently when I'm off stream. It's actually been getting a little too easy. So I guess it just figures that once we make it on YouTube, we become a loser in this game. I'm not gonna let the streak end like that, though. Nah. Or, I mean, I'm not gonna let my video end like that. We're going again. We gotta go again. That was too quick. Yeah. I'll probably just be doing some commentary on where this channel is heading or whatever, because that was pretty embarrassing, honestly. So yeah, like I was saying, just still learning to use Adobe Premiere, and I use Avid Media Composer, but the truth is, don't. If you're interested in video editing, it's not... Oh man, can I get this guy? There we go. There we go. Some armor. Maybe this time will go better. Maybe I'll actually get a key drop, be able to open a chest. See, I know, like, people are gonna say, like, oh, you had 2 keys, why didn't you open that chest? The truth is, man, oubliettes. Oubliettes. That's what I'm saying. You gotta do the oubliette, and if you only have 2 keys, those keys are reserved, man. They're on reserve for the oubliettes. So, that's how it be. So that's why I did the worst, probably I'd say the most difficult of the 3 starting floor bosses with the pilot starting weapon, and didn't even really make it like halfway to a victory. It's not the first time that's happened to me, I'll be honest. Trigger Twins, man. With the pilot starting weapon, the range on this thing is just garbage. It's just garbage. Nobody likes the pilot starting weapon. That's not why we picked it. The reason we picked the pilot is for the lockpicks, the shop discount, and the extra item slot. The starting weapon is the price you pay. It's just the price you pay. So that you can always do the oubliette and always do the rat. Mostly just the oubliette. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really help you do the rat. Like, oubliette? Oubliette's sick. There's no one better than the pilot. I mean, maybe I have to get a little better at using his starting weapon against guys like Trigger Twins, but you know. Price you pay. Plus, I think it's now that I'm a big time YouTuber with shoutouts from Librarian of LeTourneau, I think pilot is just part of my brand. I think I gotta stay on brand for this. I don't think that the hunter is part of my brand, even though, you know, petting the little corgi is adorable. Oh no, there goes the armor. Yeah, like I said, I got some new subscribers on this channel, and hopefully, gosh, that other run I was doing, I never found the water barrel. I wasn't even sure where that was. If you're one of the new subscribers, make sure you leave a comment, leave me a like, let me know what kind of content you'd like to see. If it's not stuff like this, which it probably isn't, because I think the reason you guys are subscribing is for the NL fan videos, and not so much just some random guy playing Enter the Gungeon. But I'll have you know, like, I do have some irons in the fire in that regard. It's just it's hard to like actually finish a project. It really is. It's like you have ideas, and like there's an idea I'm working on that I've been kind of mulling over since like mid 2024, and like I've just sort of let it stagnate, and you know, maybe now I'll revisit it, because it's nice to see someone seeing the videos I make and like thinking that they're pretty good. I think the most successful video I had was just that Adventure Time edit with NL saying something incredibly Jake-coded. It was so Jake-coded, I was like, I have to put this to animation. It has to be Adventure Time. I honestly feel like I could get a lot of mileage out of that premise alone, because I mean, I hate to boil it down to this because it's irrelevant, but like, you know, both Jake and NL have a Korean wife. I mean, has no one pointed this out, that they're basically the same person? Yeah, it's that alone could make for a lot of comedy. So, you know, maybe I'll revisit that. Maybe that's something that my content will take a turn for. I'd love for NL is literally Jake from Adventure Time to be a series. That would be honestly not just hilarious, but pretty easy to make. I mean, that video was like, I felt like I could have spent like a little longer on it to make the lips sync up like just ever so slightly more than they did. And I was like, is that really gonna rock anyone's world, really? Just send it. Just send it, man. And so I sent it to YouTube. Oh my god, oh, okay. Okay, okay. Whoa, I had to think fast there. I had to think fast because I was like, if there's not an extra key available at the shop, then I'm actually being a hypocrite here, because technically it wouldn't be guaranteed that I could do the oubliette if I had used a key there and I didn't have an extra key that I could purchase. So I had to do some quick maths. It turns out 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. That was the quick maths, and now I know that I can still get the key for the oubliette. Unfortunately, what I am going to point out is that I don't have any gun. Again, I'm in pretty much the same situation as before, with in regards to having a gun for this boss. I just have an owl. Is an owl enough? He's S-class. He's an S-class companion. It should be enough. I don't know, though. Okay, I'm once again gonna have to check for secret rooms, because I'm gonna have to try hard this shit. So again, I'm gonna edit this part out. Well, boys, I'm not sure what the odds of this are. There's once again not a secret room, and I think I'm gonna have to do the boss once again with my starting weapon. Now, I have an S-class owl at this point. It's a very interesting situation to find myself in, honestly. It's pretty unique. Once again, doing it with the starting weapon. Hopefully not trigger twins. Okay, well, this is pretty bad too, though, because it's a short. I don't know. It's the bad map. It's got the pits. If it weren't the bad map, this would be easy mode. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do this for a bit. It's not the end of the world if I don't get the master round. It's not the end of the world. Doing this, short range. Gonna have to dive and weave. Oh, I think the owl blocks bullets, I guess. He also blanks, and that's the far more important thing. Now, right in the center here. Wow, he's blanking. I'm doing much better, I'll say that. Much better than last run. That table is not going to last. Okay, here he goes again. It's okay, this is okay. This is a sustainable situation. Up. Okay, okay. Pretty close, pretty close. Another table, there it goes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Use that. Oh boy. Oh no! Oh, I was so close to a master round. You gotta be kidding me. I just had to be a little more patient. Just had to be a little more patient. Oh man, that was so close. And I get a phoenix. Freaking phoenix. After all that. Let's check for secret rooms and... Oh, look at that. Look at that. There was a... Oh my god. This just figures. Why couldn't this have been literally anywhere else in the level? I get a key. Gun dead are closing in. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't want to die again, waking up in the breach. It's the worst feeling. You and me both, buddy. Sometimes you have to face the trigger twins with your starting weapon, and it's just... you embarrass yourself on YouTube for your new subscribers. It's just a nasty situation. Alright, well, I've got 3 keys. I mean, a black chest spawned. I shouldn't be complaining. I got a freaking black chest on the... I'm walking around with Magnificence. With the Magnificence mechanic in play on floor 1. And I'm complaining about my odds, but, like, geez. It just feels like it's almost toying with me at this point. Okay, I think I'm gonna buy the key. I have, like... I actually have enough that I can just open things. I don't even need to use my, my lockpicks. Lockpicks have gotten me 0 mileage. So I get Flame Hand, and that's a synergy? With my 1 item? Okay, so now I have 2 birds! 2 birds with 1 stone, my dude! Okay. And then I get some shotgun coffee, which just makes me run faster. Dude, that's what I've got right now. If you can't tell, I've been having some coffee. It got me. I think it may have gotten me killed by the Trigger Twins earlier, because I wasn't like. It was maybe a little jittery. So I've got a T-shirt cannon now. That's, you know, it's not as bad as people say it is. It's got some serious knockback. You love to have some knockback on a weapon. And I might actually be using this a little bit. And I have 2 birds. 2 birds. Going into the oubliette. Not bad. Not a bad haul, all things considered. Just no master round. I got a freaking black chest on floor 1. Like I'm saying, I would be a fool if I complained about that. Even after my last run. On to oubliette, man.